How's it going, guys? This is James with Make Money Trucking, and I wanted to give you guys an update or a follow-up video on the video I made a few months ago about looking at getting a new 2020 GT500. I hope you guys can hear me all right. I'm on my cell phone today, but I hope that's not a big deal. So a few months ago, I was really interested in getting a 2020 GT500. I explained in the video how much preparation leading up to this I had the lead time on for about 2 years. I knew it was coming. I basically told my Ford dealership, local Ford dealership, that I wanted one. They said okay. So basically it came down to me actually, putting down a deposit for one, and they gave me the runaround, telling me they're gonna make me put about $10,000 to $25,000 down as a deposit to secure the spot if they were even gonna get one, and then it was non-refundable. And then they told me that on top of that, I better be prepared to spend $50K over. So I had read through the comments and I saw some of your guys' suggestions, and I kind of went through a couple options of what I was looking at. And I guess the question the other day is, am I going to be getting, or am I still interested in getting a 2020 GT500? Well, my game plan was not initially, because there's no way I'm paying $100,000 to $120,000 on a Mustang. I'm a Ford guy. It's kind of always been that way. I like other brands, but I'm just more partial to the Ford company until, they kind of pulled the thing they did with me, and I'm kind of discouraged by that a little bit. So I was going to maybe wait it out, wait for some of these dealerships to have them on the lot, and then I was sure I was going to be getting that phone call, months after they had dropped that, hey, we have one on the lot here. We were wondering if you're still interested, because I initially felt that they could say they want 50,000 over all they want, but it doesn't mean they're going to get it. And I was sure that there was going to be a couple Ford dealers out there that I had talked to that had these on the lot, and that they were going to be giving me a call. So in the meantime, I narrowed down my search to getting either a 13 or 14 GT500, because those are coming down in price. Not as much as I had wanted, but they're actually holding their value pretty well, which is also, a really good option, because over the last 2 years, the median price has only moved about $5,000. They were hovering around the 50,000 range for a pretty decent one, and you can find a good deal on one for about 45,000. This is about a year and a half, between a year to 2 years ago, and I've been watching them like a hawk, and finally they dropped to about, you find a good deal on one for about 40,000, but you can find a perfect example for about 45,000. And I told myself if they dropped down to 40,000 that I would definitely pull the trigger on it. But now I'm facing another dilemma. I really do like Corvettes as well, so my other option would be to get a C7 Z06, and I'll talk about the 2020 Corvette in a second. But now that that's been released, they've dropped about $10,000, even $15,000 in some cases over the last few months, if not last 6 months. So now you can find an okay example Z06 Corvette C7 for about $55,000, and you can find a really good example for high 50s, maybe even like 60. So that's where I come to this crossroads where I'm trying to think, what do I want more? I'm a Ford guy, so GT500 does make a lot more sense, and they're getting closer and closer to the value proposition that I'm really comfortable with. But then just seeing how much more performance you get for the Corvette and how close it's coming to price. But one thing I noticed I'm kind of worried about is the Z06, the C7, you know, they're probably going to drop a lot further as the 2020 Corvette starts landing, or it gets closer to people actually speccing out and putting their orders, their final orders to have the spec built. I'm kind of worried about getting a C7 Z06 because, you know, they are going to continue to drop. So the GT500 has held its value. And even though I really would want a 2020 GT500, I've just got a horrible taste in my mouth with Ford right now due to the fact of how they're trying to play me on the markups and the deposits, non-refundable. But I understand every dealership does that, or not every dealership. I understand that there's some dealerships that don't, but I've yet to find one. But I didn't look too hard. You know, I called about 3 or 4 in my general area, and they all told me about the same thing. So that was my 2 options. That was what I was deciding, is a C7 Z06 and hope I don't buy one for like, say, 57,000, and then in you know 3 to 6 months from now they drop another 3,000, because that would suck if I bought one and they dropped like a fly. But now we have this debut and preview of the new 2020 Corvette, and you know, I watched it. At first watching it, yeah, I was like, okay, I saw the renderings, I thought it was okay looking, wasn't too interested. But after seeing the preview, I am really interested, and that is definitely a possible contender. Under 60 grand for, you know, the base model Stingray, that sounds like an excellent deal. And I hope that they actually stick with that. And here's the crazy thing, is I've already called a couple of Chevrolet dealerships in my area, and unlike Ford, they're telling me no markup. We'll put you on the list if you want to be on the list. You know, you'll be in line, but we're not going to ask you to pay any markup. You know, we just want a deposit. So in an exciting change of events, I put down a deposit on the new 2020 Corvette. I don't know when it's coming. I know that the pre-orders, they told me late 2019 they're gonna start you know, actually being built. So they're probably gonna start landing mid 2020, or maybe after the first quarter of 2020. We'll see about that. But yeah, guys, so that's kind of my decision. I mean, how could you say no to that? That was kind of my price range, was about, you know, 60,000 ish. And if I can get a brand new Corvette, mid-engine, dual clutch, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. And I understand a lot of people are saying that, well, once you spec it out, it's not going to be under 60,000. And I understand that. So I'm not going to spec it out to the moon. You know, I'm really particular about how I want something, especially in a sports car. You know, I don't need it loaded up to the max. I probably want the performance, the performance packages, but I don't really care about a lot of the other things. You know, cars nowadays have a pretty wide variety of, you know, creature comforts. So, you know, I would spec it, you know, very meticulously. And, you know, I'm thinking, you know, base price is 60,000. I would definitely want the black rims. I think that's an upgrade. And some other little things are upgrades. So I would guess around maybe 70,000 is what my spec would cost. But yeah, I put down a deposit, and to my surprise, and I'm very happy to hear, for a change, that both Chevy dealerships in my area told me, nope, we don't do markups, we're not going to. Just dealer handling, which is like a few $100, and you're on the list. You know, you're number 8 or 6 or 8, I can't remember now. So yeah, and this dealership usually gets a fair amount of Corvettes, so I'm pretty excited. So that's that's the news I got for you guys. Pretty exciting change of events. But in the meantime, I'm still maybe going to get 13 or 14 GT500 if I can find one for 40,000 or real close to 40,000. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I have a very special build idea I want to do with that car. I might tell you guys in a future video if I actually get the car. And also, I have a 97 Mustang GT. Nothing special, but you know, just do a build right now on it just to kind of get me held over, because I really want something exciting in the sports car realm. I'm not going to go exotic. That's just too much hassle for me, too much money. You know, like I said, I make good money as an owner-operator, but I don't want to have to afford that much. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what your thoughts are. So I put a deposit down on the 2020 Corvette, but in the meantime, because that's probably at least 6 months away, if not longer, before that actually comes to the market and you know, lands. So I'm thinking about doing something in the meantime. You know, maybe a turbo build on a 97 GT with maybe a sequential gearbox. I think I know a way around that we can figure that out, how to do that. And let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing. Or maybe a GT500, a 13 or 14, and then there's something exciting coming with that. So let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I appreciate all the subscribers for subscribing, and I appreciate all the likes on the video. And yeah, I'm excited. Let me know what